improve your English. Once upon a time in a small town in the United States, there lived a young and curious boy named Alex. Alex had always been fascinated by foreign cultures and languages. He spent hours watching English movies, listening to English songs, and dreaming of the day when he would travel to an English-speaking country. His dream was to study abroad, to immerse himself in a different culture, and most importantly, to improve his English. One sunny day, Alex received the news that he had been accepted into a prestigious university in England. His family was very proud and excited for him, but also a little worried. They knew it would be a big change for Alex, who had never been away from home for such a long time. Before leaving, Alex prepared meticulously. He packed his favorite books, his laptop, some clothes, and a Spanish-English dictionary. He also practiced speaking English every day with his friends and family. Although he was nervous, he felt ready for the adventure that awaited him. Alex's journey to England was long and tiring. He flew from New York to London and then took a train to the small university town where he would be studying. As soon as he arrived, he was struck by how different everything was. The buildings were old and beautiful, the streets were narrow and full of people, and everyone was speaking English. Alex checked into his dormitory and met his roommate, a friendly boy named John. John was from Manchester and was very eager to help Alex settle in. They quickly became friends, and John promised to help Alex with his English. The first few days were challenging for Alex. He had to adjust to a new environment, a different culture, and of course the English language. He often found himself struggling to understand his professors and classmates. However, he did not let this discourage him. He attended all his classes, took notes diligently, and spent hours in the library studying. One of the best ways to improve a language is to make friends who speak that language. Alex was determined to do just that. He joined several clubs and societies at the university, including the International Students Club and the English Literature Society. Through these activities, he met many students from different countries, all of whom were eager to make new friends. One day, while attending a meeting of the English Literature Society, Alex met a girl named Emma. Emma was studying English literature and was very passionate about books. She was impressed by Alex's determination to improve his English and offered to help him with his studies. They started meeting regularly to discuss books, practice speaking English, and work on their assignments. Emma introduced Alex to her group of friends, and soon he found himself surrounded by a supportive and friendly community. They would go out for coffee, visit museums, and even take short trips to nearby cities. Through these experiences, Alex not only improved his English but also learned a lot about British culture and history. Despite his progress, Alex still faced many challenges. He often found it difficult to express himself in English, especially during class discussions and presentations. He was also homesick and missed his family and friends in the United States. However, he knew that these challenges were part of the learning process and that he had to keep pushing himself. One day, Alex had to give a presentation in front of his entire class. He was very nervous and worried that his English was not good enough. He practiced for hours, rehearsing his speech over and over again. When the day of the presentation arrived, he stood in front of his classmates, took a deep breath, and began to speak. At first, his voice was shaky and he stumbled over a few words. But as he continued, he gained confidence. He looked at his classmates and saw that they were listening attentively, which gave him the encouragement he needed. By the end of the presentation, he was speaking clearly and confidently. His classmates applauded, and his professor praised him for his effort. This experience was a turning point for Alex. It showed him that he was capable of overcoming his fears and that his English was improving. He felt a renewed sense of determination and continued to work hard on his studies. As the months passed, Alex became more comfortable with his new life in England. He continued to make progress in his studies and his English improved significantly. He also started to explore more of the country. On weekends, he would travel to different cities and towns, visiting historical sites, museums, and beautiful landscapes. One of his favorite trips was to the city of Bath. He was fascinated by the ancient Roman baths and the beautiful Georgian architecture. He also visited the Jane Austen Centre and learned about the life and works of one of England's most famous authors. These trips not only helped him improve his English, but also gave him a deeper appreciation for British history and culture. Alex also enjoyed exploring the local area around his university. He would go for long walks in the countryside, visit local markets, and try traditional English food. He particularly enjoyed fish and chips, scones with clotted cream and jam, and the occasional English breakfast. One of the most important lessons Alex learned was the importance of practice. He realized that the more he practiced speaking, reading, and writing in English, the more confident he became. He made a habit of reading English newspapers, watching English TV shows, and writing in a journal every day. He also practiced speaking English as much as possible. He would strike up conversations with his classmates, his professors, and even strangers. He found that people were generally very friendly and willing to help him improve his English. He also continued to meet with Emma and her friends, and they would often correct his mistakes and give him useful tips. Alex also used technology to help him improve his English. He downloaded language learning apps, listened to podcasts, and watched YouTube videos. These resources were very helpful and allowed him to practice English anytime and anywhere. As his English improved, Alex began to feel more confident in his abilities. He started participating more in class discussions, joining debates, and even writing articles for the university newspaper. His professors noticed his progress and praised him for his hard work and dedication. One day, his professor asked him to give a speech at a university event. Alex was honored but also very nervous. He spent days preparing his speech, practicing in front of a mirror and with his friends. When the day of the event arrived, he stood in front of a large audience and delivered his speech confidently and fluently. The audience applauded, and Alex felt a great sense of accomplishment. This experience boosted his confidence even further and made him realize that he could achieve anything if he worked hard and believed in himself. As Alex's English improved, he wanted to help other international students who were struggling with the language. He volunteered to become a mentor for new students, helping them settle in and improve their English. He shared his own experiences and gave them tips on how to practice and improve. He also started a language exchange program where students could meet and practice speaking different languages. This program was very popular and helped many students improve their language skills. Alex was very happy to see that he could make a positive impact on others and help them achieve their goals. Looking back on his journey, Alex realized how much he had grown and changed. He had come to England with limited English skills and a lot of uncertainty, but he had worked hard and overcome many challenges. He had made new friends, explored a new country, and significantly improved his English. He was very grateful for the support he had received from his friends, professors, and family. He knew that he could not have achieved so much without their help and encouragement. He also realized that learning a language is a lifelong journey and that he would continue to improve and learn new things. As Alex's time in England came to an end, he felt a mix of emotions. He was sad to leave the friends and the place that had become his second home, but he was also excited for the future. He knew that his experiences in England had prepared him for whatever challenges lay ahead. He returned to the United States with a sense of pride and accomplishment. His English had improved tremendously, and he felt confident in his abilities. He was excited to use his new skills in his studies and future career. Alex's journey was not just about learning English, it was about personal growth, making lifelong friends, and discovering a new culture. He knew that he would always cherish the memories of his time in England and that it had been a transformative experience. As he looked to the future, he was filled with hope and determination. He knew that he could achieve anything he set his mind to, and he was excited to see where his journey would take him next. Upon returning to his hometown in the United States, Alex noticed how much he had changed. He was more confident and open-minded. His friends and family were amazed at his improved English and his stories about life in England. They were proud of him and eager to hear about his adventures. Alex decided to share his knowledge and experiences with others. He started giving English lessons to local students, using the techniques and methods he had learned in England. He found great satisfaction in helping others improve their English and achieve their dreams. He also stayed in touch with his friends from England. They would often have video calls during which they practiced English and shared updates about their lives. This helped Alex maintain his language skills and stay connected to the international community he had become a part of. With his improved English skills, Alex was able to apply for better job opportunities. He found a job at an international company that required English proficiency. His ability to communicate effectively in English opened many doors for him and allowed him to work on exciting projects with people from different countries. His job also required him to travel frequently, which gave him more opportunities to practice English and explore new places. He visited various countries, attended international conferences, and met people from all over the world. These experiences enriched his life and broadened his horizons. Alex's journey of learning English did not end with his return to the United States. He continued to study and improve his language skills. He took advanced English courses, read books, and watched movies in English. He also continued to teach others and share his knowledge. He understood that learning a language is a lifelong journey and that there is always something new to learn. He was determined to keep improving and to use his English skills to connect with people from different cultures and backgrounds. As Alex's reputation as an English teacher grew, He was invited to speak at schools and universities. He shared his story and encouraged students to pursue their dreams of learning English and studying abroad. He emphasized the importance of hard work, practice, and perseverance. Many students were inspired by Alex's story and decided to follow in his footsteps. They saw that it was possible to achieve their goals with dedication and determination. Alex was happy to see that he could make a positive impact on others and help them achieve their dreams. Years passed and Alex became a successful professional and a respected English teacher. He often looked back on his journey and reflected on how far he had come. He was grateful for the opportunities he had been given and the people who had helped him along the way. He knew that his journey was not just about learning a language, it was about personal growth, making connections, and discovering new possibilities. He was proud of his achievements and excited for the future. One day, Alex received an invitation to return to England for a reunion of international students. He was thrilled at the opportunity to see his old friends and visit the place that had changed his life. He packed his bags and set off for England, filled with excitement and nostalgia. When he arrived, he was greeted warmly by his friends and former professors. They spent days reminiscing about their time at the university, exploring the city, and sharing their experiences since they had last seen each other. During the reunion, Alex realized how much he had grown and how far he had come since his first days in England. He felt a deep sense of gratitude for the experiences and people who had shaped his journey. As the reunion came to an end, Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose. He knew that his journey was far from over and that there were still many opportunities to learn and grow. He returned to the United States with a heart full of memories and a mind full of new ideas. He continued to teach English, inspire others, and pursue new opportunities. He knew that learning and growth were lifelong processes and that he was just at the beginning of an exciting and endless journey.